was fun. That was pretty funny. I show up here and I wasn't sure where to moor because over there looks like there might be a ferry pulling in there. And that's the diesel pump, so I'm gonna stay there. But there's a lot of open spaces, so I just pull in here and I thought that over there was the office. So I go in there and I ask her and she's like, no, it's a bar. Here, I give you a drink. So she just gave me a Corona. But 80 a night, too much. 80 a night cash as well, if you know what I'm saying. Good morning from Salerno. Last night, oh geez, it was supposed to be a bit rough. Not last night, but this morning. Early this morning, it was supposed to get a lot rougher than it is. It's very nice out there. But it wasn't forecast to be nice, so I thought, well, okay, I'm just going to go and have to get a marina. And this one's expensive. This one's 80 a night, which is more than I've paid anywhere ever. And the friggin' electricity doesn't work anyway. It's better to be in a marina and it be calm out there than out there and it be calm in the marina and not out there. So there's no lessons to be learned. It's just one of those things that the weather doesn't always do what you think it's going to do, or what the vast supercomputers think it's going to do. It just goes, no, I'm doing this now. Oops. When we were installing the solar panel, one of the brilliant things that my friend Sharp and I came up with was mounting it on a hinge so that if the sun is behind, like it is now, and I can't turn the boat around because we're at a mooring and there's not much sunlight, I can lift that up, and that gives me about 3 times more power from the solar panel than if it was facing the wrong direction. I've decided just to move on. I'm not going to try and negotiate prices. I can't be bothered. And the other marina over there just hasn't gotten back to me. And that marina over there is very expensive. I know there is some inclement weather coming in, but that's not for 36 hours. And the place I want to go to today is only 40k south of here, and it's got a marina, but I can't contact them because they're not on Navily and they didn't answer an email. But there is a really good anchorage right there, so I'm just going to go for the anchorage. And if the weather closes in, I'll just find a place in the marina somewhere. So that's my plan. So we're approaching the next marina slash anchorage. It's only about 1k away now, so we're fine. The other thing I noticed, which is kind of reassuring, is I'm like, wow, these waves are big, and then I look out to my right and there's a bunch of school children in little boats learning to sail. Let's see what happens here. Man, what a difference. This could be a really good choice, but one thing I am really pissed off about is my solar isn't working properly. It might look all sunny, but there's a real wind blowing through here, and I gotta tell you, this morning it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't fun either, because I was moored out in the little bay. It was getting a bit bumpy, and I'm like, well, I should probably go and talk to the marina. It was bouncing against the pier. I had all my mooring, my fenders out, but it just wasn't good. And then a couple of the local port police came along, and they're like, it's not a good place to stop here. The waves are going to get really big, and they're just going to smash the boat against it. They were very helpful, they were nice. And although that was a little scrappy, like going to the little bay and then moving to that place and then trying to moor here and then going back to the bay again, and then coming here, all before like 10:15, everything went fine. It's like there were no major disasters, and there could have been, because I noticed when I pulled away from the big concrete dock over there, one of my lines was completely chafed, and it had done that in 30 minutes. Yeah, today is one of those days where you really don't want to get caught out. I'll show you what I mean. Let's climb up here to the breakwater and check it out. Whoop, that step was a little bit higher than I expected. So there you go. It's a little hairy out here today. Unfortunately, Hoffles did get popped. It just crashed into that horrible metal thing, and that was that. But this is it's a good mooring, but the freaking wind is blowing almost 40 knots, so I'm just tightening up a few things. And the place I was at is just over there, which if I had to stay there overnight, even in this weather with these waves, I would still be fine. It wouldn't be comfortable, the boat would be rolling all over the place, but I wouldn't be at any risk. The boat would be completely safe, because it's just very sheltered. But right across the way, people do get caught. They misjudge the weather, and they get caught. I'm gonna go to the front and put a little more tension. That's enough shenanigans. I'm going back inside where it's warm. The thing is that all these other boats have been here for weeks, so they've got multiple lines on. You can see this one's got like 4 lines on each cleat, and at the front he's got 4 there, 4 on the other side, whereas I've only got 2 at the front, 2 at the back, because I'm temporary. But the waves don't know the difference in my boat and his boat, so it's just been like bouncing around all over the place.
Bouncy, bouncy, ooh, such a good time. Bouncy, bouncy, white socks slipping down.
There's some crazy light going on right now. I'm gonna try and go up there, but my little gangplank to get off the boat is dived in the water. Let me see if I can figure this out. God, I did that before. What the fuck? It's like this top step is just twice as big as the rest. Check that out. The winds have calmed down a lot. It was blowing at almost 40 knots, and now it's gone down to like 20. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is go to that spot I was in earlier, because that's free, and I'll do some shopping in the morning and then move the boat, because I'm still waiting for the sea to calm down. It's still about 1.8 meters, and I don't like going out in anything greater than 1 meter, preferably 0.6 or 0.5, because that way you can just cruise and it's just really sweet. But and then there's a few days of just really nice weather, like bright sunshine, very calm seas. And now the solar's not working. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix it. I'm assuming I won't, but if I can't fix it, I'm in even more of a hurry to get down to Malta, because it's like, it makes stopping in anchorages tricky. I can power both batteries up during the day if I'm running with diesel engines, and I can just use my little generator, but anyway. It's It's always best to tighten up your lines before you go in for the night, because during the day, I don't know, it's like magic gremlins come out and just loosen them up a little bit. That's my death bridge home. You kind of just have to like pick your moment and go for it. It sucks, you just want the boat to stop moving and everything be normal again. But we've got another night of this, and then I'm off to the little bay just over there. It's a safe anchorage. Oh, yeah.
Bouncy, bouncy, ooh, bouncy, bouncy, ooh. Every time I bounce, I feel I touch the sky. I'm not interested.